The Carpenters Union is ready to welcome you. We're a brotherhood of workers with members across southwestern Ontario. A place where members' voices are valued, where wages are fair and pensions make sense, and where everyone is welcome.
I decided that after 30 years of being in this trade that I really had nothing to show for it other than my own investments, and had no pension or benefits, and I thought I would step up in my life and join the Carpenters Union and get what I deserve. It was the best decision I've ever made in my life.
I decided to switch over to the Carpenters Union. Carpenters work a 40-hour work week. Anything after 8 hours is double time with the Carpenters Union. More money, it was a $3 pay increase, and a better pension.
The Carpenters Union has been representing workers in the construction trades since 1881.
For over 130 years, the Carpenters Union has been fighting for a better life for tradespeople. The Carpenters continue this fight to this day. But the same cannot be said of all labor unions in southwestern Ontario. For workers currently in the Labourers Union under London business manager Jim McKinnon, the story is very different.
With the laborers, it's just all about making money for the hierarchy and keeping them in power.
Some have questioned how easy it was for Jim McKinnon's son to become an officer of the union so quickly.
In 2010, Brennan McKinnon was elected president of 1059. And that is a very hard sticking point for a lot of these members, that the heir apparent to the show gets to come in. It's upset a lot of guys. Typically, when you go through the hierarchy of a union, you start in the field, you work your way up. Carpenter, foreman, shop steward, get involved with training, get involved with the executive board. We don't just get installed. We don't just get you're the crown prince, off you go.
They know they're getting screwed over. The LiUNA members, if they have any questions at their meeting, they're asked to sit down or they're thrown out. Those questions aren't answered.
This lack of transparency has meant fair wages for some, but unfair wages for others.
The way that Jim runs the local in London, he basically has two sets of wage rates.
Take these two LiUNA members. Both are doing the same ICI form work, but only one is being paid a fair ICI rate. The other is forced to accept a residential form work rate. That's a difference of $6.56 an hour for the exact same work.
I've talked to fellow workers, laborers. They think it's crazy. They don't know why Jim is doing what he's doing.
The laborers do a lot of form work in the ICI sector, which is the exact same work that the Carpenters members are doing, but for a lesser rate of pay.
Guys would come up and they asked me to calculate how many hours he was pouring concrete, because he would get the concrete rate, then he'd drop down to the laborer's rate.
They're even undercutting their own members for wages.
Jim McKinnon, he wants to be God. He wants to rule London.
Depending on which contract you are, which job you are, he'll turn his head and let you work for a lesser rate in order for him to get the work. It's not about the membership, it's about the money coming into 1059.
Leave this kind of unfairness behind. Join workers like you who have chosen a better life at the Carpenters Union.
It's the only place that really represents the worker. They're not in it like the laborers are just to take their money and run.
When the men bring a concern or an issue to the table, we listen to what it is, and we try to address all of our members' concerns. We don't just push them to the wayside. We're also very open with where all of our money goes. It's very cut and dry. The membership sees on a month-to-month basis every single dollar that comes out of the union hall and where it's going.
At the Carpenters Union, you will always receive the rate you deserve for the work you do. While a LiUNA member in the London area can make as little as $23.69 an hour doing ICI form work, a member of the Carpenters will make $33.09 an hour. That's over $9 an hour more that the Carpenter makes. If they both work 2,000 hours a year, the difference adds up. The Carpenter makes additional earnings of almost $19,000 a year. That's money that can go towards groceries, your children's education, family vacations, your household needs, and more financial security for your future. Over a 30-year period, that's over $500,000 that a Carpenters member makes over a laborer's member. It's simple fairness. You deserve the same pay for the same work. Did you know that London business manager Jim McKinnon has opted his local out of the laborer's pension plan? What does this say about the state of the laborer's pension? It's a red flag for LiUNA members in southwestern Ontario, but when they start asking questions, time and time again, they're shut down.
Everybody I've talked to, when they've asked me if I can tell them about their pension, I tell them, go to your meeting, ask. That's why you have meetings. And they're telling me that they've seen people taken out, don't ask that question, don't bring that up.
A lot of the questions that I'm being asked is, in the future, is that money going to come back? Every penny that you put in, and I tell the guys I don't know, but very unlikely.
For every hour you work as a laborer, you put $1.50 into LiUNA's unfunded liability. That's money you'll never see again.
Once you put your money in, it's spent. You're not getting it back.
I've read through their agreements. It's very hard to look at. You need a degree in accounting to figure out where the money's going, what they're actually getting.
We're by the hour. If you're a worker, you work 40 hours a week. You get a pension that represents 40 hours a week. At the end of the day, what you've put in is what you get out of it. That's how it works. It's an hourly pension.
It is your money. Nobody can touch it.
You're not paying for anyone else's future.
I have long-term LiUNA members come up to me and ask me, Kevin, is it possible for me to come over and start a new pension plan with the Carpenters? I tell them absolutely it is.
The law of Ontario allows you to have 2 pensions. If you join the Carpenters Union, rest assured that your old pension can come with you.
We have members of all ethnicity from all parts of the world in our local, both men and women. We want to represent the people working construction.
If you're out there doing our work, if you're swinging a hammer, eating your lunch on a curb, on a piece of plywood, you're a brother, you just don't know it yet.
You're performing construction work, whether it's general carpentry, formwork, drywall, resilient floor laying. We represent all workers in that capacity.
We want you to come over. We think that your skill can make us better.
The Carpenters Union is deeply committed to the future of skilled labor in southwestern Ontario. In the London area, we have committed $10 million to the building of a state-of-the-art training facility to provide new professional opportunities for our members.
To do a $10 million investment in London to make sure that our guys have the top-level skills, to make sure when our guys go out to work, we are the best trained for the dollar.
We will provide all the training that you would require to be part of the Carpenters Union. You don't have to bring in any special skills.
It's free to all of our members, and the more training courses you have, the further you'll be able to advance and the easier it is to go to work.
Stepping up to the Carpenters Union means standing up for your rights. We're a union that listens to you. We're a union that fights for you. We're a family. Fair wages, a strong pension, opportunities to grow your skills. It's waiting for you with the Carpenters.
That decision is not a step away from LiUNA. It's a step into a new dimension of your career. You gotta think long-term, you gotta think longevity.
You're putting yourself in a winning team.
If you're performing carpentry work, if you're swinging a hammer, the time is now. Make the move. Step up to the Carpenters Union.
It's time to step up to the Carpenters Union.
Step up to the Carpenters Union.
Step up.
Step up.
Step up.
Step up to the Carpenters.